Hi guys, my name is Dr. Rocke and today I want to show you guys how to use and especially blend properly with Copic markers or any other alcohol-based markers. I tried some different brands, but finally went for the Copic markers because I think they have the best quality in brush tips and in colors. So let's get straight into the video. In this case, I want to use 4 kinds of colors and go from light to dark, which is the best way to approach your drawing. It's easier than blending from dark to light. When choosing the markers, test the color and also the way they blend into another on an extra piece of paper. This way you make sure they blend together perfectly, because some colors don't fit together too well. And don't forget to put another piece of paper beneath your drawing, because Copic markers and other alcohol-based markers tend to bleed through a lot. One piece of scratch paper prevents stains on your desk. And now it's time for our actual drawing. Try to use mostly circular movement to get the best result. So I'm starting with my lightest color right here, and I'm already going over the area twice. And now I blend with the second color. Then I go in with the lightest color again to smooth it out. As long as the inks are wet, it's working even better than when the inks are dry, but even when they are, you still will find it quite easy to blend them together. As you can see, the contrast between those two colors is quite big, so I need to go back and forth a few times to get a good result. So now that I'm happy with my blending, I'm filling in the rest of the area with marker number 2. Okay, let me just speed this up a little bit. So now it's time to use marker number 3. I will fast forward this a little bit as well. And now you can watch me using marker number 2 to blend perfectly with marker number 3. You might have recognized that those two colors are not standing in such a great contrast to each other, so the blending is way easier. And here I'm smoothing it out even better with marker number 1. Now I'm filling out the rest of the area with marker number 3. Again, a bit quicker so you won't get bored. And now it's time for my darkest marker, with which I will repeat the process. I will let this play out in real time now, because it's not such a big area, and you will be able to study the movement of my marker properly. And here I blend it together with marker number 3 again. In some cases, when you are finished, you could also use the lightest color again to smoothen out the whole area, but be careful not to lighten up the dark ones too much. But in my case here the blending turned out pretty good, so that's not necessary. With this bow tie here, I will show you another way to approach your blending. This works best if you just want to use 3 tones of colors. First, you color the whole area with the middle tone marker. Then lighten up the lighter area with your lightest marker. And shade the darker areas with your darkest color. And when you're done, you smoothen out both sides with your middle tone marker. And if you are a perfectionist like I am, you will use your marker number 1, which is the lightest marker, to smoothen out the drawing even more. You can also use the Zero Colorless blender to smooth out the colors and add some extra highlights. And don't be afraid if the tip of the marker is getting stained with some other color, because you can get rid of the wrong color by simply scribbling on an extra piece of paper. There will be no leeway left, respectively no wrong color will come out of your nib, even when the nib itself is looking stained. And if you want to blend into the paper, Even with a very light color, use the zero colorless blender to create a very smooth blending into nothing. It's also very important to use a good piece of paper. Bristol paper would be a good choice, and the thicker the better, because thick paper will not corrugate too easily, and that's very important, especially when you are filling in big areas with your Copics. Coloring with your Copics is a very fast way to finish your drawing, and it looks very radiant. But if you want to go the extra mile, you should use some colored pencils to take your drawings to the next level. In this case, you kinda use your Copic illustration as an undercoat and deepen the shades with your colored pencils. You just choose the right color fitting to the Copic marker you use for this area. You can do a whole blending process with different color pencils, but this will be left to be explained in another video. Here I just want to show you this. Take a darker tone of the same color like the area you want to draw on. Then you take more pressure on the edge of this area and smoothen it out towards the middle. If you possess a blending stick, which is just a colorless colored pencil, you can smooth out this shading perfectly, just like that. That's a very easy way to get more depth in your drawing, and it's not too time consuming. But don't forget to clean your colorless blending stick when finished with one color, so you don't taint your next shading. Okay, I hope I was able to help you with this guide on how to blend properly with alcohol-based markers. If you did enjoy my little tutorial, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. Also, check out my tutorial on how to ink, so you can learn how to prepare your drawing perfectly for the coloring process with markers. I will leave the link down in the description. Thank you for watching and see you soon. Bye!